So we're live on YouTube.
Hello, YouTube. My name is Captain Jeremy Third.
Oh, our favorite tubers.
And we're live on Facebook.
Hello,
And
Facebook.
Yeah.
I'm Captain Jeremy Third, and this is my dad.
Me,
JJ.
AJ. Answer anything, so whatever you tell me, I'll answer. It don't matter if you be bad or good.
But please, no inappropriate language
Yeah,
in
no,
the comments.
you know, those things are good.
Save that for on the water.
That's right. Still wouldn't bother me.
Yeah,
Call me a real bad animal, still wouldn't wave at you anyhow.
yeah.
Might give you all my fingers. Alright, so,
Watch that.
Thanks for
I was
shaking the
rocking
table.
I was rocking the boat earlier,
Yeah.
that thing, so. Alright, so we're live today?
Yep, welcome guys. If anyone's joined us from other platforms, thank you for joining us. For everyone on these two platforms, we're running two cameras. I don't have the software where I can just publish them all from one device. So, you know, kind of bouncing back and forth. We were on Instagram and TikTok earlier. So, if any of you guys on YouTube or Facebook, if you guys don't follow us on TikTok or Instagram or even Threads or Twitter, X, whatever they call it nowadays, you can follow us on that, and we'll share a lot of cool content and different things and stuff like that.
Charles says hi.
Hey, Charles.
Hey, Charles.
So, one thing we were talking about is now that it's getting to be summertime fishing, a lot more people are fishing. It's real important that you check your boat before you go off, especially if you're going offshore.
And make sure all your stuff's working, your radios, your bilge pumps, bait well pumps.
Yeah,
And we always keep a couple bait well pumps on there just in case we have to change them out.
yeah,
We keep an extra bilge pump, real heavy one, so that if we have to pass it over to another boat or use it on ours, we can do it that way.
what is that, 3,500 or bigger?
That's a 44,000, it's huge.
Also,
Yeah.
make sure you're up to date on your safety equipment and everything the Coast Guard or FWC would
Right.
check.
Yeah,
Life jackets, stowables, whistles,
Flares.
yeah.
unless you can whistle really loud, you know, then.
So here's one thing you can do too, like, you know, the Coast Guard, and they'll do like safety checks, but you can actually call them and ask them to come do a safety check on your boat. So, you know, if your boat's docked somewhere, I think even on a trailer, you can have them come and they'll go through this thing and check you. And like, not gonna write your ticket, they'll just go through their thing and say, hey, you might, like, maybe you're forgetting something. Like, you can figure out what's wrong, you know, make sure you have the right life jackets, whistles, flares, they'll check all that. And then they'll give you like a paper, like a sticker. And that way, like, if they're doing checks, safety checks, and they see that you've already been, you know, you've done the safety check, then they won't check you, they'll just let you pass
Is it
on
a
by.
smiley face sticker? Or?
No, I think it was just the red circle, the last one.
Okay, so be smiley.
Give a smiley
We're
face.
one big happy family, you know.
Yeah, but the point is, like, it's a great way, you know, especially if you're new to boating. You know, you definitely want to be safe, have everything ready.
Right.
A couple of times a year, you know, I'll, like, you know, if I haven't been on the boat for a while, like, I'll just go through and turn on the batteries, turn on a pump, listen for it, you know, both pumps, bilge pumps, bait well pumps, lights, nav lights, that's the thing that seems to go a lot of.
Right.
Turn them on and, you know, cover them up, check them.
The LED lights were really nice. We not had hardly any problems since we went to those.
Yeah,
But yes, and keep that stuff where you can get to it too.
yeah.
Especially your life jackets and all.
Yeah, if you haven't cranked your motor in a while, like, if you can, like, hook the ears up to it or stick it in water, make sure it'll turn on, because you don't want to get to the boat ramp and then.
Yeah, sometimes it won't stream because the little dirt daubers will make a stop
Yeah.
everything. You can take a wire and clean that out and make
Yeah.
sure that works too. But and once the water's coming out, if you'll put your hand down after around a while and the water's cool,
Yeah.
then you're good to go.
So yeah, check all those things on your boat. Check the trailer, if you're trailering your boat.
Trailer lights,
You know, lights, yeah, air in your tire,
bearings.
grease it up. Yeah, pretty much all that stuff.
Right.
Make sure your winch isn't stuck. You know,
Yeah.
kinds of.
Oh yeah.
There's all kinds of things that can ruin your day when you get out there.
And if you don't believe it, just sit at the ramp one morning early in the season
Yeah.
and just watch. People go back down the ramp, and all of a sudden they realize something ain't right. Pull her back out.
Yeah.
And so,
Well, usually they'll sit there forever
yeah,
and take up space.
yeah, block the ramp.
The
Don't be a ramp blocker.
Yeah, the good ones will pull out and then get it straightened out. But
Charles also said do a radio check.
yeah.
Yeah. And one of the things we do too is when we back down, before we get that boat off the trailer, we'll make sure that the motors are cranking and running.
Yeah.
And then Jeremy will give me the thumbs up, and then I'll back it in and launch it.
Yeah. So that's a good point. Like, we'll walk you real quick through what we do at the ramp. So, first thing I do at the house is I pack everything I can into the boat. You know, I'm not one of them people who like get there and then are like getting their towels and getting the this and that. Let's put our rods in. I mean, I'm putting all that stuff in at the house.
Or at least pull off the side before you get them out of the
Yeah.
ramp. And the boat plug, don't forget the boat plug.
Yeah.
Also, Christian said dim your lights
Yes.
at the
That's
ramp
a good
too.
one, Christian,
Which
'cause
that upset Dad probably more than
Christian,
anything.
that was one of my biggest pet
Yeah.
peeves, and they'll tell you, man, I was trying to back down, all I could see was like
Yeah. Well.
5,000 watts of light, and
Yeah, so we'll get to that one second. So big thing is you got all the stuff in your boat. You get to the ramp. So we get to the ramp. We're in the truck. I get out, put the last minute things in the boat. I walk to the back of the boat. I always look down at the plug, which we put in at the house, but I still look down and check it one last time. Plugs in. I get in the boat. My dad unhooks it from the front, and then we pull around. And then, like you say, when he backs in, he turns his lights to like the what do they call the emergency
the
little yellow
right, or the parking lights.
Because keep in mind, now that you're angled, your lights that were kind of shining down are now shining at people.
People trying to back in beside you.
Right.
Yeah, so, yeah, and Christian, that's really a good thing to do too, but,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and be courteous too, because a lot of times I'll be backing down and people's running behind me in the ramp,
Yeah.
and, and it's hard to, especially before dark or daylight,
Yeah.
you can't see nothing.
Yeah, don't walk behind a
Yeah,
car or
and I've heard
reverse.
them holler, hey, you gonna run me over, well, we can't see you.
Yeah.
That's what we try to tell you,
So yeah, you're backing in. You put your parking lights on. Keep an eye out for people. Get your truck and trailer straight if you can. Not most ramps will allow you. Get them straight because it's easy to back in straight. If you're angled, then it's going to be tough to, get it back down.
Right.
That's where I see people struggle.
You take 3 or 4 spots up when you go at an
Yeah.
angle too, so.
Yeah. So he backs down, and he backs down to a spot. Mark it on your boat, get a mental image, whatever, to where the motors are in the water, but the boat can't float off. So he backs it there, stop. I crank the motors up. I make sure the motors will come on, and then once they're cranked, then I stick my hand out to the side and give him the thumbs up. And that's when he backs it down all the way away. It's important on our trailer that he lets us get all the way back. So when the bow of the boat gets past, the poles, the guide poles, then he's clear to pull forward. On some boats, if you try to pull out before you're totally clear, you're going to scrape the bottom of your boat with like an axle or cross member.
Yeah.
So the angle, the way it works is you need to make sure your boat's fully clear before you pull out.
And getting the boat out is another one too. When you get ready, you should be, when you pull in and back in, you should be in a minute's time. You should be done
Yeah.
and out. Same way when you're loading. Like when I'm starting to back down, Jeremy's watching me, and as I'm backing down, he's already coming in. As soon as he gets in there, I'll be at the front. Once I get hooked up, I give him the hands, and off we go. So, like I said, it shouldn't take you more, maybe a little bit longer pulling it out, but definitely dropping it shouldn't take you more than a minute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of like my goal. It's like I try to watch him. I'm like, I've done this enough times where I'm trying to like time it perfectly. Like I'll try to get it to where by the time he gets in, I'm boom.
Right.
It's not always feasible, and if you're new, don't try that. But.
Also, when you pull out, don't stop at the ramp.
Yeah.
Drive around down and get out of what everybody else's way so they can keep moving.
Yeah.
Well, we had some people last time we launched, and one guy, he just stopped his boat right in the middle of the ramp. Nobody could get around him backing,
Yeah.
pulling forward. So, be courteous to the other people because
Yeah.
some people aren't as kind as we are
Yeah.
when it comes to
Yeah.
launching or pulling our boat out.
Yeah.
They will tell you your stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, just remember get well out of the way. You know what I mean? Like you're done for the day, just clear out. It'll make everyone happier. There's not really when you're leaving. What's the advantage of staying right there on the ramp?
There's no advantage.
Get out of the way.
Yeah, pull them down.
Yeah.
There's plenty of room at least at the Sister Creek ramp to.
Yeah. Well, in Mayport, there's plenty of room.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Pull out, pull into another spot.
St.
You
Augustine.
need to clean stuff or put stuff in the boat.
Medina, yeah.
Yeah, but just get out of the way of everybody else, so everybody has a good day.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay. Any questions so far? We good?
Lock your trailer, someone just said.
Yeah.
so what?
Lock your trailer and car at that
Yeah.
while you're at it.
Right,
Lock your vehicle. Yeah.
right, yeah. Some
Don't forget
trailers
your
been-
keys.
been known to go to
Don't drop your
death,
keys in
yeah.
the water.
Oh, no. So it was a funny story. One time we were diving, and our instructor came with us, and we were buddy boating, and we were at our last dive spot, and he was friends with the guy in the other boat, so he was gonna ride back. So he threw his little bag, his little duffel bag, to the other boat because he was gonna ride with him on the way back. Well, his truck keys were in a pocket on the duffel bag, and they weren't like zipped up. So when he threw it, we hear the keys jingle, fall, hit the side of the boat, plop, sinking down in the water. We're like,
Only about 90 feet of water.
yeah. So when I was like, quick, he takes a marker jug and he throws it about where it falls.
Which was good thinking.
Yeah. So their dive was going down that and looking for the keys. And surprisingly, they found the keys. So he was able to get back home.
Yeah, we were out one time going out one day and we found one of those float bags. They had the guy's
Yeah.
phone number, his wallet,
Yeah.
her phone, his wallet, and all kinds of keys to his car.
Yeah.
And so we were able to call the sheriff's office and then make a call to his family. Well, while we were doing that, we noticed this guy standing on his boat, like looking around.
Yeah.
So we're like, what you looking for? He said, man, I lost my dry bag. I said, does it look like this? Oh, yeah. So he was happy.
Yeah.
So if you see something like that, make sure you help somebody else.
Yeah.
Brian wants to know what's your thoughts on Casablanca.
I fished it a couple times. Have you ever fished
I don't
Casablanca?
think I ever have. No.
Yeah. There used to be some giant remains out there,
Yeah.
It's not a real big area though, but yeah. I liked it when I went out there.
Yeah.
That was, and that was
How far is that?
probably southeast of the BR, I believe it is.
It's about 30-ish
Yeah,
miles.
maybe a few miles further than that, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He said he would love to know how y'all fish it, but I guess Jeremy don't have an answer.
We'll go fish it. Like,
Yeah, back in the day though, we didn't have all the fancy stuff we have now. So we would, a lot of times we drifted and get in there and we'd have didn't have the GPS, but then we had a little Loran.
yeah,
So you'd have to get in there and Loran is not like GPS. It can be, you can miss a ledge pretty easily.
yeah,
And now you got Seymour, which really shows everything.
yeah.
It's helpful. Blake said he had a buddy from Ohio fall out shrimping at night and lost his wallet.
Jeez.
Oh, I hate that. Yeah, and boy, the odds of finding that. I
Yeah.
would still mark it, but.
I'd be like throwing my cast net hoping I could
Uh,
drag it
What
out.
did we do? We threw our cast net out one time, and so it came off my arm. So I had a treble hook, reel with treble hook.
Oh, yeah.
So I kept doing it, and I finally caught it and
Oh.
got it back. But yeah, that wallet would be, that'd be tough there now.
Yeah.
Especially if you got a little bit of current drain and telling where that thing would end up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess hopefully it sank. I guess that's good.
Yeah.
Better it float away and someone else
Maybe
finds
have
it.
a lot of gold in there to sink fast.
Maybe some,
Mine, I have a lot of bills in it, so it float forever.
maybe some shrimp.
Dipping in Oak Hill, no cast net.
Okay, yeah, that, I've never, is that what they did down there at Oak Hill?
That's what he just said, dipping.
Okay, I didn't hear it. Yeah, I remember a lot of people talking about Oak Hill. I want to go try that. We've never done the scooping net. We always done the casting net.
You guys should make a list of ideas. Like, do a video on fishing Casablanca. Do a video on dipping shrimp.
What is one place that a local should fish offshore that he doesn't usually think of?
What was it?
What is one place a local should fish offshore that he usually doesn't think of?
Well, first off, tell me what you have not thought of. Or actually, tell me what you have thought of, and I'll tell you what's not included.
Yeah, and then what you're fishing for is a big thing too.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe like, I don't know, opposite of a wreck or opposite of.
so, well, there's ledges, there's wrecks, there's culverts, different structures.
What's your recorder? Because especially when if you troll a lot, even high speed or low speed trolling, and you mark something, man, hit save that and come back and fish it. But we found, especially out on the outer bottom and offshore, some of our best holes while we're high speed trolling.
Yeah. Probably something people don't think much of off of here would be like deep dropping. If you've never tried deep drop, you gotta go a long ways, but it's kind of a cool thing if you want to try for like tile fish or rosies. I feel like that gets overlooked a lot.
Yeah.
Christian said towers.
Towers, yeah.
Christian, we ain't never fished the towers. I think I know you have, and we talked about going out there. In fact,
we tried to, and that was when our motors had issues.
Yeah, when the motor broke down, we were headed out, and all of a sudden the motor wouldn't run.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if the good Lord was trying to tell us, towers ain't your thing or what.
Yeah.
We sure didn't get there.
I don't think it was that day.
Yeah, sure wasn't.
Add that to the list.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Fish the towers.
But yeah, so the bait this year, we've got bait twice?
Pogies?
Yeah, or once.
Once when we were kingfishing.
Just once.
Yeah,
I think we've only tried once.
well, we got them at Fort George one time, and then we got them at South of Hannah one time.
Yeah.
Black Tip H said, yo.
What's up, man?
Hey, young man, how you doing?
Man, you've been catching some crazy stuff. I saw you caught a ton of bait yesterday, and saw that big bluefin tuna in New York. That was pretty crazy.
Now, Black Tip, you guys got to go watch this stuff. That man catches all kind of crazy stuff.
I'm sure they already do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sure most of you do too. Super good fisherman, super good guy too. Really enjoy it.
Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate that. Hopefully we'll get a hook up and go fishing soon, catch some fish, some swords or whatever.
Y'all had a good time that one time we went out, didn't
Yeah,
you? Several
that's
years
fun,
back, yeah. And I know we talked about catching some big flounder, Black Tip H. As a matter of fact, I went today and we had like 25 with no monsters.
He said, how are you guys doing?
Doing good.
We're doing really good.
Hanging in there. Looking forward to a summer season of fishing. Kingfish tournaments coming up, and hopefully, if the weather will cooperate, we'll get out for some mahi. That sounds like they've been a little slow lately.
Right.
But should be getting some shrimp boat action, get some sharks and stuff on the shrimp boats.
That's kind of fun, guys. If you get out there and you get some people kind of get bored easy, get behind these shrimp boats and you'll see them sharks, spinners, and black tips. And all kind of stuff. And throw you a bait up in there and hold on with a good spinning rod, good heavy spinning rod.
Yeah.
Because then it'll be on.
And speaking of black tips, I mean, black tip sharks are really good eating sharks. I mean, they're a good eating fish in general.
Yeah, I read a thing that said bull sharks are good to eat.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it was.
Well, we need to try that because there's too many out there.
Yeah, hey, like I said, if somebody tells you there's a shortage of sharks, they are lying because we see them everywhere we go.
Yeah.
Okay, real quick. Chris said, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all keeping it real. Don wants to know if we use fish mapping by XM.
No, we do not have the XM. So I'd like to get that like for sea surface temperatures and stuff.
Oh yeah, that would be good.
That would be great, especially for the further offshore, the blue water, the wahoo.
Especially wahoo.
But our boat doesn't have that.
Yeah, we do the Seymour, right?
Yeah, but that's more.
Yeah, more
like,
just the bottom.
Yeah.
Black Debate says y'all need to come sword fishing with them soon.
Hey, that's one of the things that we've really been wanting to do. And so, yeah, you tell us when. I can do that in about 3 hours.
Right.
And my truck goes pretty fast.
It's hard.
That's right.
Blake said they had a good push of dolphin out of ponds last week. They should be your way now.
Yeah, they said there was a ton of grass. And a friend went out a week ago and did really well, but this week it's just been slow. Other than Dave up at King State Charters, he had a good day.
Manuel said, "Hey there from Crystal Coast, North Carolina."
How's it going?
Yeah.
You catch some big tuna off Crystal Coast? Crystal?
That's another thing we've been wanting to do is the bluefin. We've got yellow and black, everything. But
I
then,
hear they're doing well in California, so we can go to Disneyland and
That's
then go
true.
fishing.
Yeah, we could do that. But yeah, I don't know, that one being calico went 155.
You did most of the
I
work.
was like, man, I don't know if
Yeah.
I wanna catch it, 1,000 pound, I'm 155. Kicking my behind.
Yeah, we went with Joe VT. I don't know if he's got a lot of great YouTube
Right.
videos. And
Super good guy too, Joe.
he put us on 252
One
150-pound tuna.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Christian said that Seymour is better than the fish mapping.
Okay.
Yeah. I tell you, I really like that Seymour.
Oh yeah.
And we found a super secret red snapper spot. It is really good. Nice fish.
But
I mean,
anyways,
There's tons of great spots. I mean, it's really a game changer. It's well worth it.
cause like when I'm driving, I can look at the map, the Seymour map, and say,
Yeah.
okay, one's about to hit like right now.
Yeah.
Sure
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah. It definitely is. This is a game changer for
Yeah.
me.
Manuel said you can catch them right from the piers in North Carolina.
What's the bluefins? Spanish
Probably.
like Spanish tackle or
Let's
what?
go to the pier.
That'd be nice.
We use a PC Fun spinning reel so we can catch them.
We'll have to probably break out the big boy. Drop a
You
bait.
make a 30-pound test on that bad boy. Huh?
Get a drone to drop a bait and
There you go.
catch them up.
Chris said he trolled the beach Friday, not a bite, so we went back to the river. McDonald's fish sandwich was for dinner.
Hey, one thing about McDonald's is you never lose your fish there. They may get the order wrong, but you never lose your fish.
Yeah.
Right.
And yes, the bluefin off the pier.
That's pretty neat. Yeah, we've seen the videos of rock catching. I always thought it was pretty neat.
Yeah.
We had wicked watermelon down here. We don't have tuna,
Yeah.
so if you get a chance, look at our wicked watermelon
Yeah.
video.
Hmm.
It's kind of like tuna.
Yeah.
That's one video that did really well that I didn't think was.
I know.
The wicked watermelon?
Yeah.
Oh,
So I'm like, it's watermelon. Like, you know, because the blackfin tuna when we did at Keys, that did pretty well on something. And
Yeah.
I'm like, watermelon ain't gonna do good. And then you have people from Wicked Tuna sharing it and liking it.
Core sample of a good watermelon. You see that nice red
That's pretty
heart.
Yeah.
I mean, that did come out well, the core
Yeah.
sample.
So what else we got? Anything? We're good so far.
No.
Yeah. So kingfish. I'm sorry.
I was just curious if anyone else got the draw for the snapper permit.
Yeah. So
yeah, Mama got it this time.
my mom got the snapper draw this thing. I don't know if anyone else, for those of you watching in Florida, on the East Coast, you know, we don't really get a snapper season. We got like one day last year. But the FWC started this special research thing, and through the last year, every quarter they do a draw. If you get the draw, you can go for 3 days and catch 3 red snapper each day. And they pull the ear bone, do studies, stuff like that. But you get to keep the fish. You just report the data. So if any of you guys are in Florida and on the East Coast and got the draw, you know, love to hear from you. My mom got it this year. My dad had it 2 quarters ago.
And Kayla had it. First
Yeah,
time.
yeah. So having someone in the family, we're gonna do some trips, take my mom out.
Yeah, it is my understanding that South Atlantic Marine Fisheries is going to give us a 45-minute season.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that
Yeah.
45 minutes.
We went to the meeting they had, you know, the public input meeting when they had it up in Jacksonville. It was an interesting meeting. Like, it was. I mean, it doesn't make sense because, like, in the meeting they're like, yes, we know there are more snapper than ever before. Like, the data supports that, but they're like, but the what do they call it? The bycatch ratio, kill ratio, of fish not surviving is too high. So even though we're catching more, and it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
'Cause-
Plus what you did when you started videotaping the releases.
Yeah, they're saying so many die, and like I've put a camera on a descending device and sent it down. You can see the fish live.
You've probably done that for at least 15 different,
Yeah,
probably way
and
more
like,
than
One
that.
time have we ever seen like a
Yeah.
shark get them or anything?
not one time a shark got them, and it actually makes sense. I mean, I know you're gonna say, well, my area there's more sharks. Well, trust me, we have a ton of sharks. Sharks are less likely to get your bait going down, okay? Because going up, your snapper is trying to go this way, and you're trying to go this way, so there's commotion which attracts sharks, and the fish is slow, right? So he's an easy target to get shark on the way up. But the way down, that fish wants to go down. Your weight is taking him down.
Everybody's in a hurry.
Yeah, like everyone's hurry. There's no struggle. It's less likely to attract a shark. You know, that bait's going down, and boom, he's off, and he's back in his habitat down where there's, structure to protect him. So it really does make sense that fish is less likely to get sharked
Exactly.
going down.
Peggy said, "Woohoo, mama."
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty fun though. We got on some good snapper last year.
Yeah.
Actually, we got on to them on our other things too, so it was fun.
So, yeah.
Let's see, Chris had a buddy got one. He fishes with Doc from the Offshore Fishing Club. Y'all may know who he's speaking of.
I kind of think I might. I can't. Does he have a, what was the boat?
Cause that's how you remember it.
Yeah. It's kind of funny. I kind of know people by the boat.
Yeah.
Boat.
That's the 35 contender guy there.
Yeah.
Or if they got Mercury's with them, they'll say roll our eyes or something, right? People actually buy them, I heard.
Yeah.
Have you heard that?
Yeah.
Wow.
People like Mercury's.
Don said that the snapper are clearing out all of this black sea bass.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, for about 7 or 8 years, our sea bass was horrible. Now they're starting to make a little bit of a rebound now, and we're getting them. But I used to go in there and catch some big giant greenheads all day long from say January to March, and the snapper got so bad that you couldn't. I mean, when you pull your sea bass up, the snapper will grab them and eat part of your sea bass. So yeah, that's exactly right. That they have hurt them.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with the ecosystem, whatever you look at, it's all about balance, right? You can't have a huge number of red snapper and not expect it to affect things. Same thing with sharks. You have a disproportionate shark. You could say any fish. If you have a disproportionate number of kingfish, they're going to be eating baits because fish eat anything smaller than themselves.
That's the circle of life. There.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like land animals where, they aren't cannibalistic. All fish are cannibalistic. If you're smaller than the other guy, you're potential food.
Yeah.
So,
Or even if they're bigger than you. What was that one sea bass or something we caught with the grunt that was smaller or vice versa?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, they gotta eat, and they're gonna eat whatever they can get a hold of.
Yeah.
So the red snapper, they'll start clearing out a reef.
Yeah.
And we didn't used to catch them trolling for kingfish. And man, we catch them way up high sometimes, just
5 miles off the beach.
Yeah.
Regularly catch.
And I believe that we're gonna try it this year, but I believe in the southeast hole, 2.5 miles
Yeah.
out, I believe there'd be red snapper there too.
Yeah.
Because that swirl area, that's only a mile and a half farther.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I guarantee you that'll work their way in.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
we have anything else we wanna discuss? We pretty much caught up on everything.
Okay. Well, guys, I guess we'll get ready to tune off. For those of you watching, if you don't follow us on our other platforms, we definitely appreciate it. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter /X, Threads. We definitely appreciate it if you follow us on those platforms as well. If you know anyone who would like our content, we'd appreciate it if you'd share our channels with them, if you would share our videos, if you like our funny shorts. We definitely appreciate it if you would share those and help us to grow.
Yeah, if you have any ideas on shorts, send it to us.
Yeah.
Or if you wanna do one with us, let us know.
Yeah. We'll film some funny shorts.
All right.
So, thank you guys. We'll see you on the next videos coming out, next shorts, all that fun stuff. So, see you soon.